In this lesson, we will learn about the operators in R, and after this lesson, we'll be able to use R as a basic calculator. We'll also learn about more syntaxes of the R programming language. To begin with, let's create some variables. Now I want to assign the value 5 to A. And if you see this right here, we have the less than and the dash symbol. And this is the assignment symbol that is generally used in R. So a less than and the dash symbol is what? Assigning the value 5 to A. So A is equal to 5. Also, we could do this B equals to 6. But I wouldn't advise this because this using the equal to sign is mostly used in function. While it works, as we can see in the environment pane that indeed it works. We have the variable here and we have the value. And also, you can change the view style right here to list if you want or to grade. Now let's create more variables. So I have C is equal to 10, D is equals to 15. We can also assign negative values, not just positive values to variables. So E is equals to 19 minus 19. And you could write it like this if you like. F is equals to minus 20. But this is not as clear as this. It would be nice to always have space in between your operators and the variable of value. Yeah, as this makes it clear for you and clear for other people you'll be working with. Now, to move on, we have some basic arithmetic operators like the plus, the minus, and we can do that in R. So, A plus B, that's 11. C minus D. We also have the multiplication, which is the asterisk. F times 2, that's minus 20 times 2. And the division, which is the forward slash. And we have F divided by A, like that. We also have the exponent or the power. So to do that, we use this symbol or we use two asterisks. But I'm going to show you both. We have A raised to the power of 2 and A raised to the power of 2. It's the same. And also you could increase the value of the power as need be. You could also chain in a fraction if you want there. That's 1/7. And you have the value there also. In addition to these, we have comparison operators that are used to compare different values. And for that, we check if values are equal to each other. And the result is usually true, false, or we don't know. That's NA, which we'll discuss in future classes. So to compare A to see if it's greater than 4, we have the greater than symbol. A greater than 4, A less than 4, which is false. A is greater than or equal to B, that's false. F is less than or equals to A, that's false also. What about if you want to compare two values? And this is where it gets interesting. You can say A is equal to B, like this, and this works. That's false. But if we use A is equal to B, what do we get? Now let's check the values here. A is equals to 5 and B is equals to 6. So A equal to B, check the value. We have 6, 6. So this is not what we're expecting. That's why we use the two equal to sign combined together when we want to compare values. I'll just dive back now and reassign 5 to A. Now moving forward, we also have operators that are used to combine comparison operators, and that's to chain logic. For example, we have A is greater than 5, and that's the ampersand sign, which represents and B is less than 5. So what this does is it gives result for B is less than 5 and A is greater than 5. So whatever the result is, you get the answer. So the AND operator always return true only when both values are true. Else, it is always false. So if you have A is greater than 5, greater than or equal to 5, and B is greater than or equal to 5, then we have true because indeed B is greater than 5. So AND only equates to true if both values, both sides of the conditions are true. And if you notice there, right up here, I put this code in a parenthesis, that means R also follows the order of operation. So we could execute a code like this: a plus 5 minus 3 times 2 divided by 5. I'll check the result of this is 8.8. What about if we do like this? Now divided by 5, I'll put this in a bracket, 8.8, and this also 8.8. So it follows the order of operation at all times. What about if we take this first and delete it? Then the results change, and that's because the brackets are firstly evaluated. So it follows the order of operations, which is also regarded to as PEMDAS, parentheses, exponential, multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction, or BODMAS, as some people like to call it. Now, in addition to this, we've covered the AND operator. In addition, we have the OR operator, which is the bar or the pipe symbol. And what the OR operator does is it returns true when one of the value in the comparison is true. So A is greater than 5, which is false, or B is greater than 5, which is true. So it returns true. But if both values are true, 2 is greater than 5 and B is greater than 7. If both values are false, it returns false. If any of the value is true, it returns true. If both values are true, it returns true. So the last of the operators is the negating operator, which is not, and is represented with the exclamation mark. For example, we have A, and A is 5, so not 5 is false, and that's because A is not A. That's true, but we can use it as we've used it somewhere here. Okay, we didn't use it here, so I'm going to use it with this. A is equal to, we have A equal to B, which is false. But we can also have A is not equal to B, and that's true. So the exclamation mark is not. That's what it represents. We can also do this like this: exclamation mark A is equal to B, and that also evaluates to true because not A is equal to B. What is not A? And not A can be any other number, which also includes 6. So these are the operators that we have in R. We also have the comment, which we signify using the hash symbol. For example, any code that I run in this, A greater than 5, is going to be nothing. And that's because this is ignored by the console and the programming language, and it does not evaluate it. So this can be useful, just like I have here in my script, which we'll cover soon. This can be useful when you want to comment out your code or just explain something. Now, we've covered assignment operator, the greater than and the dash, the equal to, and we've seen assigning values to variables, and also the arithmetic operators, the comparison operator, like greater than, less than, the equal to, which is 2 equal to, and also we've seen how to chain them together or compare multiple using operators like OR and the ampersand. And yeah, see you in the next class.